Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Media every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in the channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to everyone. And today we have, the SSR case is really catching up right now with, Republic TV, getting the focus back on the SSR case after a very, very long time. And we have a eyewitness who was there during the autopsy of Sushant Singh Rajput, clearly stating on camera that Sushant Singh Rajput was murdered. So that's a very big development. So let's welcome each and everyone. Hi, Sunita. Hi, Anup. Hi, Fancy. Welcome. Hi, Divided Streets. So, yeah, let's get to the first piece of news. And, friends, an employee of Cooper Hospital, Mumbai, who was present at the time of SSR's post mortem, said Sushant Singh Rajput was murdered. Now, he was present at the time of SSR's post-mortem, and he made some shocking revelations and said that it was not a suicide. Now, as per the report by media, an eyewitness who was present during the autopsy has told the media that when the actor was brought to the hospital for autopsy, he saw him and knew that this wasn't a suicide, but the actor was murdered. Now, Roop Kumar Shah, who did SSR's postmortem, told media when Sushant Singh Rajput passed away, we have received 5 dead bodies in the Cooper Hospital for postmortem. Out of those 5 bodies, one was a VIP body. When we went to perform a postmortem, we learned he was Sushant, and there were several marks on his body and 2 to 3 marks on his neck as well. He further stated the postmortem needed to be recorded, but higher authorities were asked to only click pictures of the body. Hence, we did that as per their order. When I saw Sushant's body for the first time, I quickly informed my seniors that I felt it is not suicide but murder. I even told them that we should work as per the rules. However, my seniors told to click pictures only as soon as possible and give the body to the cops. Hence, we performed the postmortem in the night only. So this is a huge development.
And also the fact that he said that there's a huge difference between murder and suicide. See, after seeing the dead body, one immediately knows whether it is a murder or suicide. He had marks on his neck. It looked like murder. The body was punched and it bore injury marks. Some bones were also broken. A person who commits suicide is not punched to such an extent as Sushant was. He also said that the truth will never come out, and this is the reason why he decided to come to media now. He further mentioned Sushant was a great actor. He had acted in many films, and if such a person commits suicide, we will handle his dead body properly. How can a person beaten on his hands and feet hang himself? So, meanwhile, Sushant Singh's father, K.K. Singh, in a recent interview with Republic, added that the powerful political family of a former Maharashtra Chief Minister, Uddhav Thackeray, is involved in the death of his son. He also said that SSR's former partner, Riya Chakravarti, was bad news for Rajput. Now, the Eknath Shinde-led Maharashtra government recently gave the go-ahead for the formation of an SIT probe into Disha Salian's case, who was a former manager of the actor and was found dead in her apartment on June 8th. That is what they say. But she was found outside the compound just a week before SSR's death. On the order of the SIT probe into Salian's death, Sushant's father said, whatever the government will do will be right. I have full faith in the government. It's been 2.5 years and we deserve to know the truth.
Yeah.
So here, friends, what I would like to say is that, see, Lord Shiva's ways are very, very strange. He gave them enough time to confess it themselves, the perpetrators, or for the truth to come out. When the truth did not come out, it is like, the cleansing had to start from within itself. So the whole Bollywood cleansing started by a boycott of Bollywood. And then these people lost their, whatever films were coming, they all became huge flops. Everything in the industry, the crime and the whatever hanky panky was happening in Bollywood started getting exposed. So the whole, there was a churning. The whole churning started. You see how the Almighty works. And now election mode is on. So there is something, going to happen in Maharashtra, which is very important for the Maharashtra government, because the BMC elections is where they all make a lot of money. Now, if you want to make money, you have to prove that you are a good government. Now, if you have to prove that you are a good government, you have to prove that you will give justice to all. So this is the message that they're going to give the public. Now, if they're going to give that message, then they have to reveal who were the ones who killed Sushant, Disha, and so many others. So you see, if you are not going to expose it, you'll be pushed into the wall, and you'll be forced to say it yourself. So when Fadnavis said that SIT is going to do a probe on Disha's case, the way he said it sounded rather wishy-washy, because he said that, whatever if public has any proof, they can come up with it. Now, to tell you the truth, this could be one reason because Nitish Rane has got some proof in his pen drive, he says, which he's been shouting all over, town. Now, that could be one reason. But another reason could be that he's trying to save his face. Because, why do they need any proof from the public at all? All they need to do is examine the postmortem report. Okay, they need to only pull the Rohan Rai boyfriend, who was also at the party on the night when she was killed. She was at a producer's party, and all the people there who were present there, whether it was Manish Malhotra, whether it was Karan Johar, whether it was Salman Khan or his bodyguard, who all were there present at that party, need to be questioned, because apparently it is at this spot that Disha was, they had decided to get rid of her, because she saw something very important and she was not happy with it. So, according to reports, when she complained to her boyfriend Rohan that she's very upset, so indirectly meaning that some minor from an NGO was being abused, it was at that time the boyfriend and the girl, Disha, were separated, and she was targeted. What they did to her, God alone knows, because the post-mortem report, which was shown later, revealed that there were injuries in her private parts, which means sexual injuries. And also the fact that, she had a hole under her chin. So she had suffered huge abuse and this thing. Another, also a report by the watchman of the building said that, a white car had come on that night and dumped her nude body next to the building. Okay, so now these people who are there at the party need to be questioned. Rohan Rai has to be questioned under duress. He has to be, whether it's third degree or whatever. He has to be questioned. Now, leave the parents out of it, because the parents may be too scared to even speak. And also the fact that, this watchman has to be identified. Wherever he has been pushed or wherever he has been killed, we don't know. Now, other proof is that, you have the postmortem report also. You have the people at the party. You can get it out of that also. Now, catch Banti Sajde. Banti Sajde is her boss. Okay, what happened to Disha? They should ask Banti. What was the reason why she was bumped off? It was not a suicide. If it was a suicide, how come she was nude? You mean to say that she took off her clothes and she jumped out of the building herself? And she did not land exactly down below the building. She landed away from the building. So did she fly away from the building? Across the wall? So there are so many questions that the police can ask. SIT has enough proof in this case itself to know, what happened. Because she called 100. She called the number 100. She called police. Why was there no response? And all these things, just immediately after that, 7 to 8 days later, Sushant Singh was killed. So apparently, it was reported that she called Sushant and said that this has happened to her, and he would have understood that he is the next target, because the Kamal had already known that they were privy to everything that had happened. It was also rumored that they were going to give a press conference together because Sushant was working with his team in exposing the complete underworld crime that was happening in Bollywood. So just like you remember, Sunanda Pushkar was going to do a press conference before her death. So she had to be hushed. So these were all planned, very well planned. And who were the people planning it? All you have to do is catch hold of Riya Chakravarti and Mahesh Bhatt. All SIT has to do is catch hold of this old man and this woman. All the people inside the house, the servants, they need to be questioned. That's it. You don't even need one public proof, my dear Fadnavis ji. Everything can be proved itself. So let us not make this a wishy-washy statement at all, and let us not think that because the elections are coming, you're going to get any sort of favor. Unless these cases are solved, nobody is going to move an inch. That is the truth, absolute truth. When a person like this man during the postmortem is saying, speaking of so many injuries, these are just a few things. And that also, what did he say? He said that he was scared for his life. That is why he did not speak earlier. He's very clearly said that he would have been killed, like so many other people were killed. So what was the Mahavikas Aghadi hiding? The Mahavikas Aghadi and the police, they were all together with the underworld, covering up each and every step that was being made, to expose the case. Everything was fudged. Everything. And if Fadnavis government does not have the guts, this what you call this alliance, you're talking about Shiv Sena, the new Shiv Sena and BJP, don't have the guts to openly say that all these people have to be questioned. Whether it's Aditya Thackeray, they have to all be questioned. Pick up the people who are there at the party. Everybody knows which party it was. 7th, it was the birthday of a top woman producer who had a party in her farmhouse. Everything has been revealed in Steve Pinto's message on Instagram. Who were all involved in that party? There were photos, a couple of photos leaked out from Manish Malhotra's Instagram as well. Catch these designers. Catch this Karan Johar. Question them. Everything will come out, the truth. And one Rohan Rai is enough to give you everything. Because he was the one who took the body from that place and put it in the car. And only after 2 days later, they did the funeral. And even the postmortem was delayed by 2 days. What were they covering up? And who was this lady who was giving him serials to act as a favor? He was getting serials and he was getting ads as well. So someone was patting him on the back as he covered up all this. Okay, Eddie, you would like to take comments?
Yeah, I only hope this SIT is not an eyewash. They cannot play with our emotions as Karthik, Fadnavis or no Fadnavis, we don't care. Only justice for SSR and Disha matters. So this is one comment by Karthik. And also I was thinking, where is Siddharth Pitani? So I think they should catch hold of Siddharth Pitani and the likes of, that person who pushed SSR in the party, Imtiaz Khatri. Where is he? He is nowhere to be seen. It's high time ED pulls up Mahesh Bhatt, Salman Khan, Thackeray's, Pancholis in the club of Dawood men. Both the criminals made as commissioners should be grilled and punished severely. Yes. Why Disha's body was hurriedly buried or last rites performed and all her friends' parents silenced. Mumbai has become toxic. Yes. Let's hope the new government gives security for Disha's parents and the truth comes out as soon as possible. So this is that you look tired, says True Indian.
Yeah, I was not well, True Indian. Just got back still a little bit of pain. I had a dental procedure. Finally, people with conscience are speaking up for our dear SSR. Hopefully more witnesses will come out. Namaste, happy to see you back, Pinaji. What took the man so long to come out with this? No, this he has very clearly said, Selva. He was very scared. and he's just an ordinary man with a
Yeah.
small salary, and he was going to retire within a few months. So he decided that at least let me on my behalf, speak the truth, so that God would forgive him, for his role in this.
CBI
CBI
has a
also
lot
has a
more.
yeah.
They
CBI
well
has a
said.
lot to answer. What is the CBI and SSR lawyers doing? Why didn't the CBI look into this? The lawyer Vikas Singh is also, he's another, you can't, a man you can't trust. Tuhina, how can SSR, Disha, and Jia rest in peace when criminals are roaming freely?
Now it is the ideal time for the SSR sisters, especially Priyanka, to put the pressure on the
Yeah.
government, ask for
Even if
the update
SSR,
on CBI. Yeah,
yeah, even if SSR and Disha case is going to be used as a tool for elections, no worries. If SSRians had not picked up the irregularity and started the boycott movement, Nisha is going on to one more point. Yeah, so she says, held on tenaciously with the movement, Bollywood would have swept it under the carpet saying suicide. And now the government would not have had the SSR case as a tool to use, and they may have also kept quiet. Here now, Nisha, since you pointed this out, I'm very glad that you pointed it out, because channels like Republic are now saying that, see, they have, stuck onto the SSR case, which is not the case. The case is that YouTubers have had the guts to hold on to this case for 2 years and 6 months, and not given up. So, to each and every one of them and the SSRians amongst you who have stood strong on this, that is the reason why, like Nisha says, this case has been pulled up again. If we had forgotten it, they would have also very conveniently forgotten it. Politicians have been pushed to the corner. And this is something that will prove that whether they are transparent or not. And this is something that the present government is very scared of before they go in for elections.
it would have become like Jia Khan, Divya Bharti, right?
Yeah,
Long forgotten.
exactly. We may not even know who killed SSR or Disha. The scariest part is that those killers are out there walking around freely, says Selva. Thank you, Sunita.
Thanks. Friends, do hit the like button so
Yeah.
that it reaches more and more audiences.
Where was
Where
Rohan
was
Rai hiding for all this time? Most importantly, why? Who was threatening him? See, he was being given cereals and advertisements, can you imagine? As a pat on the back for covering up. Nobody will commit suicide jumping without any clothes. Absolutely. And also, it was very clear in the postmortem report that there were injuries in the private parts, which has conveniently been rubbed off from the paper. Look at the kind of hanky-panky they have done.
Good
Welcome,
evening,
Karthik. Yeah, thank you. So many collective prayers will not go unanswered. We'll pray harder. So God fast tracks the justice process. Well said, Gloria. Who would commit suicide naked? Yes. So horrid. How can the family stay so calm? We as outsiders feel so angry just listening. Har Har Mahadev. Let me clearly tell you here what happened. See, when Disha, the night when Disha went for the party, she did not want to go to the party, and apparently her mother said in the interview, she said to a media house that Disha had said that we'll have dinner today and she will do the cooking. So she was in the kitchen when she got a call from Rohan Rai saying that, see, she must also come for the party. So she was very tired and she did not want, she just wanted to spend some time at home. And she said she was reluctant to go, the mother said. Somehow Rohan Rai forced her, and she quickly got dressed up and she said, she told her parents that you order some pizza or something, I'll be a little late. So that is how, poor girl, okay. Very reluctantly, she went to the party. And her mother said that suddenly these people came down and they started honking the car, on. And she rushed out. Can you imagine? The next step, she's just moved on to her death. She had a tryst with her death. Then she went there. And these scenes of the party were very, very clear. In this party, all the top wigs were there. Politicians were there. Top politicians were there. Bodyguards were there. Okay? NGOs people were there. And also, there were some minors from the NGOs. Now, this girl recognized one of the miners, and she recognized that something wrong was happening there, and she got upset. When she got upset, Rohan Rai asked her what is the problem, and they had a small argument. When this argument happened, the people at the party questioned them. And the moment they realized that these two knew it, they separated the two. And it is after this, what they did to Disha happened. What they did to her obviously would have been an alleged rape, okay, and death. So whether this was shown on Ducknet, we don't know. We don't know what exactly happened, but it was brutal according to postmortem reports. Now she called the singer before this when she called 100. There was no response. Now why did the police keep quiet? Did the police know that there was a party where they should not interfere because they are all a part of the cabal? Anyway, what happened after that was exactly what the watchman said, and from Disha's building, that the body was dumped there, and there was no blood on it. So, if she had fallen from the 14th floor of her building, her body would have been splattered with, blood and bones. Nothing of that sort. And then, some people from the building had also said that they heard a huge sound. Then after this, the watchman said that the boyfriend came in a red car and put her body into the car and disappeared with his friends. So instructions were apparently given to Rohan, and they disappeared. After two days, the postmortem was done. So see, the way it is all well planned, and they would have apparently cleaned her body, whatever, they would have done some things. Then only the cremation was done. After this, now, what happened was the Mahavikas Agadi government started getting scared. So they sent the mayor to the parents' house and said that, see, you should not say that, see, do not, allow people to speak about your daughter in this manner. It's very, it is only humiliate her, saying that she was gang raped and this was that, all that. So the parents started speaking another tune now. Mainly because either they were, they got scared or something has happened, to them, that they started speaking another language. Then after that, they got one more, this Rohan Rai, back into their house, and he also started speaking this kind of nonsense. So everybody knew that this was all a huge cover-up. The parents were also covering up. The boyfriend was also covering up. Meanwhile, the boyfriend was getting more assignments by way of serials and advertisements. So which means that in the industry he was still being patronized. And now, when so many times Nitish Rani said that they've got the proof, every time he said that, baby Penguin used to get scared. And then you would have all the whole group, Sanjay Raut and all, saying that, see, they are trying to rake up a case which is already, it's a suicide case. She jumped out of the window. And then you look at the way the boyfriend explains. He goes around looking in the room and even looking in the cupboard. Perhaps she was hiding in the cupboard. Who did he expect would believe his story? Then because the window was a little open, then he realized she would have jumped out. So these are all things that they were trying desperately to cover up for the politicians' kin. Now we have been continuously writing. First letter was to the Prime Minister, for which he sent a response. He said that, see, it has been sent to the concerned authority in Mumbai, which was under the Mahavikas Agadi. After that, we sent another letter, all collective letter from all the SSRians to the Supreme Court and also to the Prime Minister. Now, there was no response for this. Just recently, last week, a week back, we sent an open letter to Eknath Shinde saying that what is happening about these cases. And we also emailed him, for which there was a response, a formal response, saying that we have received your email and we have forwarded it to the Home Department. So this was a kind of formal response we got for that. See, while we are doing this, many SSRians from different parts are also working. And indirectly, the sister was also, Sushant's sister was also working. through various sources. So it is all this collective efforts that has been pushed this momentum. And today, now that they're going to face these BMC elections, they have no choice. Prime Minister would have said that you get this case solved, or this is your, funeral. So now Eknath Shinde and Fadnavis know the writing on the wall. They have to do it. This is no longer a wishy-washy thing that they can push off. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's take a
so
few comments before we move on. Can you take the latest comments?
yeah, Fadnavis and company know very well that SSR case involves the sentiments of all of us. They won't dare play their dirty political games with us. Yes, Karthik, and we hope that he takes it sincerely, and the SIT is done sincerely, and we hope that justice is served in the case of Disha Salian, and hope after that CBI gives us an update and will deliver justice to SSR. So I feel SSR sister will enter the fray more proactively and push for quick action. This is what we expect from the sisters at this point of time, because this is the right time for them to act. How Tunisha Sharma got murdered and again framed as suicide. Yes, this is very similar to Disha Salian case, the case of Tunisha Sharma. So these people are involved in this case are very powerful people, no doubt, Rishi, and I won't be surprised if these innocent people who really knows the truth get eliminated by them quickly. So we, right now the BJP government is in power in Maharashtra, and let's hope, the protection is given to all these witnesses and everyone. So I hope these killers are shivering with fear and losing sleep. They cover up the murder and the bodies are no more, but there is no perfect murder. Yes. So hope Disha's parents will gather enough courage and speak out.
No.
Yes.
Here, let me tell you the truth. They will not speak up because there has been a lot of things going on behind, and I think they don't have the courage anymore to speak the truth. And our Srinivasan, big fish and creepy business going on in the glamour world in Mumbai. See Tanisha, another Tunisia, another victim. Mumbai Devi should burn these rakshas. First, Disha's parents should come out with the truth. However, it is now a new government. Even when he's still under arrest, Kopi is giving he's given some protection. Might be Disha's parents are scared. Not everyone are like Rabia ji. Ma'am, same thing happened with Janvi. She was forced to go for the party by her friend. Yes, on 31st night. Poor girl. Hope she gets justice soon. Rohan Rai was like this Khan murderers of Shraddha. All these people give flimsy excuses and have all support to escape from law. We public should not allow them. Vibhor Anand also not speaking. Disha would have been killed elsewhere and the body just thrown. Yes, this would be the truth. Outside the building, not pushed out of the building. Now that the public has picked it up again, there is a change in government. The silent witness will gather courage and will start speaking now. This gentleman needs protection. It is necessary for the witness to get security. There are news videos that Bunty says they was constantly accompanying Disha's parents. Yes, this is the clue. This man has to be cornered. This is what I said, Megha, earlier. This man knows the complete truth because he was there at SSR's building after SSR's death. What was he doing there? And why was the makeup man brought over there? To cover up the wounds? He even provided his own cars for their transport. Very defensive. Yes, this man is very, very suspicious man. They may not have done videography, but the picture this gentleman has taken can uncover the dark truth. Even in, yes, that we have already said. Let us go to the whole Bollywood will be exposed for underworld funding of the industry, which makes money out of not films produced, but the drug trade, child trafficking, and extortion. Yes. Megha says one of Rohan Roy's friends, who was also present at Disha's home on the day of murder, has got several advertisement projects with Alia Bhatt. Okay. These people who are involved in this case are very powerful. Yes, as you mentioned earlier. Nandini says, did they take her also to the Cooper Hospital? This is not related to anything, but May I please know about the singers? Are they same like this? Yes, in the case of the man who died earlier, Jaydev, what is his name? There
KK?
seems to, yeah.
KK.
Okay, yes. You're right, Minaji. Disha's parents will not come out, says Chitra. Guys, keep pushing the tempo on the boycott movement with
Yes.
more force. Hope you all know which rotten film is releasing on 23rd Jan. Let us destroy the industry completely. No postmodern videos picture. Isn't it a requirement? This postmortem, yes.
So the MBA government must have given orders at that point of time.
These politicians cannot be trusted. Maybe they will use this case to finish off Thackeray, but the Bollywood bullies will continue their nexus with Dawood. This time, if BJP does politics with these cases, it will be political suicide. Justice must be served. Boycott Bollywood. All Hindi series online or in Netflix. All actors must become beggars so that natural justice will follow. Snehal says, this is not related to anything, but
Yeah.
may I know? Yeah, oh, yes, we've already taken that. Okay. So now, before we go on to the next case, the next story, Jaydev, let me just brief the viewers about the Tunisha case. Now, Tunisha was only 20 years old when she died. Okay. Now, if you look at her, you will realize that she's a pretty beautiful girl. And apparently, she would have been either ambitious to become a big name in films, or her mother would have pushed her into this. Now, this man, he is also a Khan. Okay. Now, this Khan was just a normal boy who got into films, who had a very sort of. Let me just show you that picture of his, Jaydev. Let me just go to. Do you have a picture of him looking very slim? See, there's a picture where he looks in the other PowerPoint it was there, where he's looking very thin. Then what he did was he built his body in such a way that he looks like the SRK with his artificial six abs. So a six pack. So now this guy looks a lot like Karthikeyan also. Karthikeyan. Now this man is acting in a movie called Ali Baba, and in a TV series in which this girl is also acting. Now, apparently, they were shooting the scene for the film when this girl went inside. They are having conflicting reports. One said that she went into his makeup room, this man's makeup room, Dishan's makeup room, and after some time, he went to yeah. So these are some of the shooting of the series Ali Baba, where he is Ali Baba. Now, so when he went to knock at the door was locked and nobody was opening. There was no answer. So he, again, twice or thrice he knocked. Then he decided to break open the door. See, just look at the how it is, the series, the next thing happens, the sequence of events. And he broke open the door. That's when he found her lying dead. She had hung herself. Now, conflicting reports came from the police's side, which said that she had hung herself in the bathroom. Now, which story do they want us to believe? Okay. Another report also said that one of her friends, another actress, said that she was pregnant, allegedly pregnant, and that she was very depressed because this man was refusing to marry her. And that's why she committed suicide. Now, this is the same thing that happened in the case of Disha Salian. They said earlier, before we even knew who Disha Salian was, the rumor was that Disha Salian would have been allegedly impregnated by Suraj Pancholi, and she had committed suicide by jumping out of the 14th floor. So that was a small, just like this report that we saw earlier. Jaydev, can you just show the report? A small report saying that SSR's business manager had committed suicide. Now here, in this case, this girl who's only 20 years old, now she if you look at her Instagram, you'll find that it's full of pictures with this man. But this man doesn't have the same kind of obsession for her. He has put only very few photographs, or he would have removed half the photographs after the death. So this one is a very, very clever man. You can make out. See, if you look at his eyes, you'll find that there is absolutely no life in his eyes. Eyes, you say, are the mirror of a reflection of your character. This man's eyes, you will see, are similar to Aftab. And you can also find out that, see, there in one of the photographs, I don't know whether Jaidev you have that in the earlier PPT. It was there where she's wearing a burqa and he's wearing also a Muslim garment, and they are doing arti of Ganesh, puja to Ganesh. So now, obviously, this is something that the man has pushed her to do. Why on earth would you do puja wearing a burqa? Now he seems to have forced the woman to wear a burqa and do arti of Lord Ganesha. This was in her Instagram. Now, so here you will see that there are very, very clear this thing of inklings of love jihad. He would have, impressed her with his looks and, his all of this. You see, this is how they woo the women. Now, apparently, he's saying that, see, some also said, Ned says it's not easy for a 20-year-old to make a hanging rope that, yes, exactly. Now, she goes into, if at all she went into the bathroom or to the makeup room and she hung herself, is she such an expert? She's only a 20-something who doesn't even have the experience of hanging herself. And how expertly, and there's no suicide note also left. So this happy-go-lucky, in all her pictures, she is very happy, talking about herself and her, life with this guy and her family, suddenly decides to commit suicide. Now you see that the same theory that she was undergoing depression because she was pregnant and he was not going to marry her. This is the same story that was told of many other characters, including the actress Pratyusha Banerjee. Pratyusha Banerjee also was supposed to be pregnant, and her boyfriend was having an affair.
Zia Khan.
Pardon?
Zia Khan.
Zia Khan, yes. And she was, Pratyusha, her boyfriend was having an affair. And she was upset about it, and that is why she was depressed. And that is why when she was in the kitchen, when he was painting in the kitchen or something, she went and committed suicide in the bedroom. So this is not the case only of Zia Khan or Pratyusha, it is the case of so many women. Now, when I'm talking about so many women, we are talking about Nikita, the woman who was killed, and then you have Ankita, you have another girl who was poisoned by a man called Shah Rukh Khan, who gave her poison and killed her. Okay, then you have Janvi Kukreja. You have so many cases that are happening in Mumbai. Have the authorities closed their eyes when young girls are committing suicide according to them? So here again, coming back to the case. So okay, then he opened the door and she was found dead. Immediately, she was found unconscious, according to what they say. They took her to the hospital and she was declared dead. Now this man suddenly, just look at the way this man's mind works. He's a devil in disguise. Now what he says is, while being questioned, because he's been questioned for abetment to suicide. Now he tells the police that, he decided to separate from her after hearing about the Aftab Shraddha case. What a far-fetched idea this guy has come up with. It's like some Salim Javed story. And that he, because of the cruelty that he saw and the difference between the religions, that he decided to separate from this girl.
Vaishali Thakkar.
Vaishali Thakkar, yes. And so you see, he was saying that, see, because of this, he wanted to separate from her. If he wanted to separate from her in this manner, he can clearly tell this girl that, see, this is the case and I don't want to be involved with you because, people will misunderstand and think it is love jihad. Now, conveniently, he has latched on to this Aftab story. Now, another relative of this girl said that, see, she is too young to make decisions. She was only 20. Apparently, she was being, bullied by this man. And for what reason, we do not know. Because she said something to her mother to the effect that she has been destroyed. Now, what has he done? Have they taken, pornographic images of us? Have they put it in the darknet? What have they done to make her feel, that she is destroyed? And even if she was destroyed, she doesn't look the type of person who will commit suicide. This has been done by someone. So before, when the shooting was going on, perhaps all the people were at the shoot. And when this girl went into, she was forced into the makeup room, there would have been someone who would have allegedly murdered her. And the way it happens, whether it is Shukla, the TV actor who was killed, all these cases get hidden, hushed up. And they say it is a suicide. Now, by no means does this girl look like she's going to, she was, looking depressed or she wanted to commit suicide. So here, it's a one very strong thing is that the mother is standing headstrong and saying that this man has to be investigated. Now he's come out with another theory to hide the love jihad case. Now he's saying that, see, he had another girlfriend and she was aware of it. That Tunisia was aware of it. So they will cook up 100 stories to fool the police. But unless I strongly believe that unless the law in the case of love jihad doesn't get changed and death sentence be given immediately to these people, these men are not going to give up. Just another case a few days back, a man wanted to marry a Hindu woman, and he phoned her and she refused. He went to her, he wanted her as the second wife. He went to her house and with a screwdriver, he stabbed her, I think, 50 times. So the modus operandi is the same, only the weapon is changing. It is the same old love jihad case. In Pune, there was a huge procession against this love jihad. So, parents, you have to take this very, very seriously. Do not let your children get, fallen into this trap. Don't let them fall into this trap where they are being wooed. Because what these men will do? They will come across as very savvy and suave, looking like SRK and, like Salman Khan, and give them gifts and perfumes and things and take them on rides and to movies. And this is what these girls want. And like we earlier discussed, most Hindu boys are busy studying and making a career out of their lives to support the families. So they don't have time for this. And the girls are at a stage when they want love. What they see in the Bollywood movies is what they want. And if they don't get it, they will go after these fools who are wooing them for money. And then you see, the process is very slow. Then they start converting them, making them eat non-vegetarian food. If they don't eat it, then they are abused. Then they are physically, abused. Then they are raped or gang raped by their friends. And ultimately, they are cut into 35 pieces and thrown around the whole city. You know what the father of Shraddha said? If this man has cut her into 32 or 35 pieces, I want him to be cut into 72 pieces and thrown her all around Delhi. So this is a very, very serious case. We cannot close our eyes to it. And if the government doesn't take a strong, stand on this and, amend the laws, our women remain unprotected. Yeah, back to you, Jerry.
Yeah, so there's one very good question, which is posted by True Indian. How can parents allow ladies to bully weed? Can't they read news channels, especially last YouTube channels, post Sushant Death and all crimes? Yes, True Indian. In fact, many viewers had emailed us, personally and said that they had saved their children from joining Bollywood after seeing our videos. So it is very important for everyone to share our videos to more and more people so that more and more awareness is reached and more and more possible lives are saved. So the more you share, the more lives you can save. So that's very important. Yes. Hope the PM is done independently by the family.
Postmortem.
Yeah, postmortem. Yes. Spot on. Yeah. After committing all this, how do they get sleep? Yes. Peaceful people spreading peace everywhere. Why these girls fall for such men of the end community? Don't they know that these men can have multiple wives?
No, here also, Karthik, let me explain very clearly so that people do not have any doubts. They, tell them to groom themselves, to look, very polished, to behave in a way that they can woo women. See, let us get facts straight. They are doing their work brilliantly. They have their motorbikes, they are funded heavily. And there is a category for women. The Brahmins, if they woo Brahmins, they get so much money from the mosques, from the mullahs. So there is a rate card for Hindu women. And the lowest is for Christian women. So once this has happened, then what they do is they go outside the colleges where these Hindu girls are, they are chased, or whether they are, they follow them, they stop them. Now, once or twice it happens, girls will reject them. Third time, they will throw acid on them. The girls who are soft will become prone to them, and they will start going with them on dates. So there are two categories. One section of girls would downright say no, but they on them they will throw acid, which for which recently Flipkart was pulled up. Flipkart was providing acid to people online. So the government has pulled them up. They cannot deal with it like this. So either you throw acid on them, or you stab them, or you kill them. But if they comply, then they go undergo everything that Shraddha underwent. So it is very well planned. Karthik, don't think. You see what Aftab's psychologist friend was saying. That girl was saying, he gave me expensive perfumes, expensive gifts, watches. Why would a girl who's working as a psychologist want some dirty gifts from these men? Can't she buy it herself? The pride when you buy things from your own money is something else. Why do you need a boy to buy something for you? So this is the first training that you should give your children. Be self-sufficient. If you want to buy things, buy it with your own money. Don't expect others to woo you and give you money and gifts. When they do it, they have some intentions in their mind. There is a movie called Naika in Malayalam. They applied cyanide on lipstick. Actress applied it and she died. And they said she committed suicide. It says this actually happened to an old actress in Malayalam. Terrible. Yes. How can parents allow ladies to be
Yeah,
bullied?
we are taken.
Yes. Yes. Anju, Jai Hind, educate our daughters in schools and colleges. Meenaji and Jaydev. Love your very truth.
Yes, well said,
Thank you.
Anjal.
Sometimes I wonder if Hindu women of the real peaceful, smart community are attacked for long, and why their population has declined over the years. We public should unite and fight it. Here, true Indian, let me tell you the truth. See, in a place like Afghanistan, today 2 women were speaking on the media, and they were saying that see everything is controlled by men. Even when they sit in class, the mullahs are monitoring them. Now they cannot speak openly. They cannot work. Apparently, earlier they could work in offices. Now they can't work anymore in offices. They can't do any, college degree like engineering. After a certain age, the small girls are stopped from education of all sorts. So what? See, they know. They know the biggest enemy for them is an educated woman. Peaceful people know that. And the less educated she is, she does not know her rights. The moment she is aware of her rights, she will hit back. And that is why these men try to control. Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, in today's time, one needs to be very careful even in making friends. Because if your friend gets a wrong signal or are weak in their mind and they don't get what they desire, they can throw acid. Yes, telling these things. So, why is this happening is because the laws are not strong enough in India because you need so much of evidence to punish a criminal. I mean, it's kind of
See, another thing, let me tell you, which is happening now in India, and which is very bad for the peaceful community. Now, what is happening is when people are dealing with for business, for anything, even a small jobs, the moment they hear the name of a peaceful, they are not dealing with them anymore. So this has become a big problem for them. You understand? So they will fool you by calling themselves in Hindu names. Companies are named Hindu. So it will be like Arjun Rasgulla, owned by some Zakir Hussain. Understand? So here recently also somebody called and the name was the same, so immediately you become aware. You are so now it is going to hit back on them. They don't realize it. It is hitting back on them. Entire world knows that SSR has been Brutally murdered, said Niranjan. India should remove all problems. Muslims actually all and send to Pakistan, says Anju. Please boycott. Do not patronize any business run by peaceful. This is what is happening, Priya. Because I'm told that many people, when the moment they hear the name, they are rejecting it. So, because first of all, earlier during COVID, they used to say that they used to spit on the food which was being delivered. So they started getting scared because in Zomato and Swiggy and all that, they were sending people with peacefuls. Now they are scared of even that. So this is something they will have to really. It's becoming a problem for them more than us. You see. And to cover this up, this man, this Tunisia's boyfriend, is saying that because he saw Shraddha case, he decided to part from her. Look at how intelligent they are. How they will, and the police are not believing anything that he says. So at least that is something. All these ingrained in their genetic genes. It's true. Wake up, girls. Bollywood is no longer rosy. We do not need to remove anyone. We just need to be careful and track and crack down extremism. After this Aftab and Shraddha case, there should be many copycat murders. Police should watch out. These dating sites are so dangerous. See, earlier also I had told you, Chitra, about a lady who had come on our channel who told about the dangers of dating apps. And this is something that people have to. It's not only dating apps. Even if you have these gambling sites like Rummy, you know what they are doing is they are getting young boys to put money and then make them go into large debts. And if they can't pay back, they commit suicide. So this, and also it's a place where you can get all the database. Immediately they get latched onto your phones and they get the complete database which they can misuse. So a lot of evil things happening in this manner. I saw a Facebook post about a beauty salon owned by a burqa-clad woman and some nonsense happening there. Didn't read the article though. After committing all this, how do they sleep? I wonder. Devilish breed. Mumbai police down, and judiciary. Please wake up and act. Remember, we have very intelligent. Yes. See here, Kalindi, let me clearly say there are always good people and bad people. We are talking about love jihad. So let us not mix things. Let us not talk about Abdul Kalam or the Kerala governor. There are a lot of good people here and there. Okay, we are talking about a very specific, breed of people who are on a mission. This is like terrorism, narco-terrorism. Okay, this is a mission, and that is why it is called jihad. What is the meaning of jihad? It's a fight. So let us not mix it up with great people like Karam and more. In every community, there are good and bad people. I hope you understand. I will not explain it any further. Megha. Zomato had investors from Bollywood and peaceful community, and they forced to employ the peaceful delivery boys. No, we are wasting our Indian economic wealth. No dry on money, just removal and back to their country, Pakistan, waiting for you. This was my answer to someone who told to remove them. In Kerala, recently a case was exposed where a schoolgirl was trapped into becoming a carrier for drugs. She didn't even know. She thought she was earning money doing courier job. Yes. Yes, so true, Meena. Yeah. So I think on this note, we can end this session. We'll meet you again tomorrow. I just take a few more comments. Sharma ji, Meena ji, this Prem ji is no saint. Who's this Prem ji?
Talking about Wipro.
Yeah. Wasim Prem ji, yes. Bulla says, was waiting anxiously when again we'll get some hopeful news. Truth will reveal, says Bulla. Now, Byju's exposed by Arnab with a regular debate. And now ICCI, Chandra Kochar, it seems they got wrong ideas for long. Please educate your girls, at least till 21. No glamour industry, please, especially small kids. Don't push them into acting. Well said, Savitri. These are important points that each parent should follow. So with this, we end today's session. Thank you, and good night from Jaydev and me, and Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.